So, how would you both make All-Star Weekend meaningful and better?
More competitive.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
So I have my answer, but I want you to go first.
You want me to go
Okay.
first? You always want me to go first.
This is the time where I get to rest my voice.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
fair
yeah.
enough. All right. How can we make the All-Star game more
And the weekend.
exciting to watch, more competitive? All right, let's see.
But while you think of your answer, I will preface that Steph Curry is actually working with Adam Silver right now to potentially make the All-Star game better.
What is he doing?
I don't know. It's just a tweet popped up earlier, a report saying that
Today?
Steph Curry, yeah. Was it today or yesterday?
You see what happens when Steph Curry's injured? He gets to work. Keep
He's
Steph
back
Curry
now.
on the bench.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. Steph, I didn't mean that. All right, let's see. How can we make the All-Star game more competitive? I don't know if we really can in a very genuine way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible. I think what would have to happen is we would have to go to history. I'm a big guy, big history guy,
Big history lad.
huge history guy, gigantic history guy.
You both are. I'm more of the geography guy.
Yeah. So I would definitely like look into like why was it competitive in the 1980s or the 1990s and even the 2000s? Like why? What were the reasons? And I would really like look into that, do a deep dive study on why that was the case in those decades, those eras, and then we would try to mimic that, bring that back in a way, because I think that's the only way. Like it's kind of like a culture of not only the NBA but of the entire country. It seemed to be more of a competitiveness when it came to sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, whatever it was that you had. It just seemed to be more competitive. So I think it's going to be it's going to have to be a culture shift to where it's not about the showmanship. It's not about that, but it's about winning. It's going to have to be a culture shift. That's what I think. I don't think it's really possible to implement anything, whether it's playoff implications or whatever it is. Maybe it'll help, but it's not going to really get to the core of the issue.
Right. And we've seen it with MLB. The All-Star game used to give home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore because it makes no sense.
Right.
Where like a bottom feeder playoff team making a Cinderella run to the World Series, like they don't deserve home court
Precisely.
or home field.
Precisely.
So, and they don't even like seeding doesn't even matter at this point anymore. Whoever has the better record out of the two finals teams gets home court.
Right.
Like in 2023, the Nuggets were the 1 seed with a worse record than the 3 seeded Sixers. Yet the Sixers would have had home court if it was a Nuggets-Sixers final.
Yeah.
Look, I think we could all agree there's one thing that has to happen. They need to get rid of the dunk contest. Get rid of it. It's awful. It's a poor representation of the NBA. It's dog.
What do they do then?
Just get rid of the event. Replace it with something else.
Like-
Why the dunk contest?
How about like hot shot? Different spots around the floor, and each spot's worth like a different amount of points.
But the dunk
That's-
contest is like a staple.
Yeah, but it's been awful the past 3 years.
So you got to bring Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon back.
But they don't want to do it.
I think you have to replicate what you have in the league, and what you have in the league these days is shooters. So I agree with you.
Yeah.
Put in some hot shot or
The
something like that.
I think the skills challenge is fine.
Yeah.
3-point contest is amazing.
Yeah.
And then you have just another event which could be hot shot, could be anything, right?
Yeah.
We don't know. They could do a relay race for all I care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But to me, with the All-Star game, I think I've talked about this once before. I'm not sure if it was with you. I talked about it with Kev. Shout out him. In the NHL, there's divisions, just like in basketball. And it's 5-on-5 with hockey. They split each All-Star team up into divisions, and they play 3-on-3.
I like it.
Do that in the NBA. Because divisions mean absolutely nothing. Like, it means that you play your division rivals 4 times, but you're playing other conference teams 4 times a year. It doesn't matter, right? So if you take the Pacific Division, for example, you have like a 3-on-3 team of Steph, LeBron, and KD. Like, come on. Cinema.
That sounds amazing.
I'll give you another one. The Northwest Division. Jokic, SGA, and Anthony Edwards.
Right.
Another historically insane,
Wow.
like 3-on-3 team.
Yeah.
You know, in the Pacific Division, in the Atlantic Division, you have Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Scotty Barnes.
Yeah.
Like, that's another option. I think 3-on-3 is what will bring the competitiveness back, because we saw 2 years ago in Utah where the second half of that All-Star game was just Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown 1v1ing each other. and that was boring. And we saw last year it was still boring. This would kind of bring some excitement back because it's not just one game where you're not trying to score a target amount of points. It's a tournament style. You would play each of the teams, kind of like they do in the Rising Star games, and then they have a semifinal, final, and whatever.
Yeah.
And
I
guess
love that
maybe
idea.
the winner gets like the winner gets money they can donate to their charity of choice.
Yeah. No, I actually love that idea. What do you think about that idea? You think that would solve the
The
issue?
dunk contest, I understand because all like the scrubs of the NBA are in it.
Mac McClung.
Yeah,
Jericho
not even
Sims.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's whack.
Loud, but I like the hot shot, like just pick and pop type of shot, like from anywhere. Like I think for that to work, you have to place like similar to the 3-point contest. You have like buckets that have the ball on like all sides of the arc, even on like past half court.
I don't even think that. I think
Like-
you just get different spots on the floor, and you just have people that have the ball ready to pass it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think about like a game of horse?
That would take too long.
It would.
way too long.
What about the All Star game format? Curious your thoughts
I
on that.
love that
The
format.
East and West, the 3v3 is nice. I would enjoy that because people love seeing 3v3, even 1v1.
Yeah.
Different style of
No,
basketball.
1v1 is
1v1's
too
too
much on
boring.
the line.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but it's too much on the line.
Yeah.
3v3.
3v3 brings
That's
a
fun.
different element of pace, and you could do it full court, you could do it half court. It doesn't
court.
really
Should be
matter.
half court.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like the divisions, you break it up. Maybe a winner gets a cash prize or something.
I mean, they're there.
so
It's a publicity event. I think the money should go to charity.
Yeah.
Oh.
The players don't. The players make enough money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really need it.
Now, here's the thing. Here's why I love the 3v3 idea. And it's because what do most people that watch the NBA, what do? They play pickup basketball.
Right.
Most people are not playing 5v5 on their rec team or whatever it is.
Right.
Most people are not doing that. So
Yeah.
like to do that and to like, I don't know, appeal to the viewer that's watching, I think that's huge.
Yeah, they
Right.
could, they
The
could
viewership would go insane.
they can take a page out of the 3v3 college competition.
They also do it the big 3 league, whatever they call it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Big
So-
Three League. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a nice change of pace and brings some sort of competitiveness
Definitely.
back because you're not playing full court 5v5. You're not going full contact.
Yeah.
But a 3v3 I think will be good.
Yeah.
It's just like you're back in the park. It brings some of these players back to their old roots,
Yeah.
which I think is.
I
would
do
be
like.
pretty
I
cool.
love the idea, but I don't want to get rid of the classical East versus West All Star game though. Like I still want to have that in there somehow, some way.
So no,
Okay.
I just don't know if it could exist without being boring. That's the problem.
That's why we need to bring back the culture, the old culture of the NBA, where everything was
That's-
competitive.
Unfortunately, it's gone now in the fact that
It's coming back.
these players make so much money and they don't want to get
Risk.
hurt.
Yeah.
It's tough. Because think about it.
But it's most of that money's guaranteed. Though.
But here's the problem.
It's not the
though.
NFL
Right,
where-
but here's the problem for contenders, and a lot of all stars are on contenders. The All Star week for players that don't go is when they rest and recover. These guys are playing a full game. They're tired. They have to travel, do all this stuff. It's
Just one
a
game.
hassle.
It's one game.
It's one game, yes, but it's still they could use this time resting.
Yeah. I just think there needs to be more pride. Like it used to be like, oh, we're the East. We're gonna beat these guys off from
Right,
the West. Like you know what I mean? It used to be like that pride. Like you
Too many
represent the East.
Too many
you
players get
represent the
moved
West.
around now. There's no allegiance
That's
to conference
true.
anymore.
Maybe that definitely plays into it. So